guys, there you are. Man, I love mornings like this, listening to the rooster, your neighbor's rooster, and looking out at your trees changing colors in the fall like it is, and we know winter's coming, and watching my horse eat just great. Just that cool, crisp air. God, I love this time of year. Sitting on the deck, having a cup of coffee. Hey, so welcome back to another how I screwed this up. Hey, so this one's on electrical. So I hope you're not bored of the recommendations I have for you. It takes a lot of planning on the electrical thing. You know, you got to plan your switches, you got to plan your lights, where you're going to put your lights. You kind of, sometimes the fad or the trend right now is having ambient lighting, where to put the ambient lighting, where to put the track lighting, where to put, if you're going to put a ceiling fan up, maybe you're going to put some accent lights or in the cabinets above the kitchen or in the crown molding or in the header and the footer or whatever. There's just so much to plan, especially your switches. You know, are you going to have a switch here? Are you going to have a switch there? Is it going to be a three-way switch, a two-way switch, a one-way switch? So much. And then how many circuits you're going to run? You know, which circuits you're going to, where you got to know where your refrigerator is going to be. You got to need to know where your oven's going to be. Are you going to have a one of those combination ovens, or are you going to have a separate cooktop, or do you want to have a switch for the dishwasher, or not a switch for the dishwasher, but the garbage disposal? Of course, you got to know if you're going to have a dishwasher or a trash compactor. So much to think about as far as the lighting goes. Here, which is nice here where I live, there is no codes. I don't have to match up any kind of, you know, you don't have to get approvals or permits for electrics. So maybe in the city, but we live, as you can see, in the rural county. So there's not a whole lot of, I think there's only 2 permits, one for your electrical pole and one for the sewage, and that's it, you know, your septic tank. So we followed the book as much as we can. So basically, I'll just go real quickly what we did. I have 2 panels. I have a main panel and the main one that we ran, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, but I decided to run a sub panel this time. And basically the reason and you'll see in the video here coming up, the reason I put a sub panel is I just didn't want to run, you know, 7, 8 circuits through, you know, through 2 or 3 walls or underneath and crawling there with all the stickers and spiders and stuff. So I ran a sub panel. I think I ran a 6 wire. I only got 20 feet, less than 20 feet. I think it was 10 feet of number 6 wire from the main panel to the sub panel. And I really am happy I ran a sub panel to the kitchen and living room, because there are you wouldn't believe how many circuits there are in a kitchen. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about, is some of the things that I learned as far as circuits. One of them is your refrigerator. Make sure you have your refrigerator on one separate circuit. I know you have to have a whole, you have to run one wire just for that. You have to run a separate circuit. But the reason why you do that is because if something happens, if you go on vacation or something, like the electrical goes out or trips the breaker, you don't lose all your food. So that was a really good advice someone gave me. And the other advice I have is another circuit. Yeah, actually 2 circuits. You ever seen where the people have a sink, right? They have an outlet on the right side, and they may have an outlet on the left side of the sink. Maybe the one on the right has a switch for the garbage disposal. Make sure those 2 switches, or those 2 outlets, have they're two separate circuits. And the reason why is because you might be running a coffee machine on one, right? Depending on how you set up your kitchen. You might be running a microwave or something on the other one. And it just I don't know how many times I tripped a circuit breaker because I ran a coffee machine at the same time I ran the microwave, or a toaster oven could be. And so 15, 20 amps is not much when you're running two appliances like that. So make sure you got two circuits on that one. And then again, the planning on the lights, we basically ran one circuit for all the outlets, and then we ran another circuit basically for all the lights. And of course, you have to kind of work into switches. We had to figure out, we want to switch on the kitchen light over here or over there, so basically you have to kind of think that and wire those in. And of course, you should have your own circuit for your 220s, right? You got your oven. If you have electrical oven, we're going to put electrical oven, but we're going to have a gas stovetop. So again, the stovetop, you got a fan, you got an overhead fan, you got to have that lit up. Of course, if you're going to have ceiling fans, you got to have that lit up. So the trick though is I haven't really planned the kitchen. So I do want accent lighting, over the countertop and the crown molding. So, how do you plan for that? Where do you put those outlets? And here's the trick. Once you put the foam insulation in, your wiring is set. You can't do anything with that. One of the things that I really, really appreciate right now, I've used this so much, are these outdoor outlets. I put this outlet here, and I put another one right there. Man, don't forget to look at our lights. What do you think of our lights there? Man, I use these outdoor lights all the time, and the outlets. I'll be sitting out here drinking a cup of coffee or something, and I'm gonna plug in my computer, my laptop, plug in my my battery gets low on my phone or my iPad. That's just a lifesaver. And plus, a lot of times I run electricity out here, just utility wise of it. Anyway, also that we ran 12-2 indoor wiring. If you're going to run metal studs, I really highly recommend using the metal shielding. They have that wire with the metal shielding in there. It keeps it from chaffing when you run it through your metal studs. We were real careful not to chaff any. I'm really happy with this metal, this job that we did with the metal studs. We did a lot better job this time than I did before. But anyway, we're moving right along on this build. So stay tuned. We have insulation coming up, and I wired a second mini split. And what do we got? We got cabinets coming up here in the future. And of course, I painted this. We ran out of paint though, but anyway, so we'll get to that. Anyway, ciao for now.